What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. SDS last Friday posted the Extreme program in MLB The Show 22 for the first time since MLB 20. And today we're going to go over this program. We're going to go over the players you get in this program, which ones are really good. I mean, they're all really good, but which ones are the top of the top. And then we're going to let you know how to get this done faster, what are some ways to improve and get better on this program if you are struggling. So if you are new here, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what your hardest thing is, and maybe in this video we can get you where you need to be, because this is the Extreme program. It's not the program impossible. There are ways to get better and there are ways to complete this, so if you feel like you're struggling, we can get you through this here. I'll give you some tips and maybe you can get past it once we finish this video. But let's get into it, starting with the program itself and what the cards look like. So the player you get for completing the entire thing is this 99 Josh Donaldson, and he is incredible. 109, 111 contact, 114, 125 power with 96 vision, 88 fielding, and 53 speed with 94 reaction. This card is everything you can possibly want in a third baseman. We've had George Brett. I'm going to move him over to first base for me. Donaldson's swing is usually pretty good every year. He has a 99 card most seasons, so he's going to be a card I'm really looking forward to. Next is this Cano. He's before Donaldson. He's got good power versus both sides, good contact versus both sides, and basically max fielding. I've used him in the event a few times. I like him. His swing's really nice. Back in 20, he had one of the best swings in the game, so he's a card I'm really excited to try at second base. Now, before him in the program is one of the most needed cards in this game, in my opinion, which is 99 Aroldis Chapman. The bullpen's been all over the place this year. There hasn't been many good relievers, especially left-handed relievers, and now we have the first 99 bullpen card in the game. Aroldis Chapman has 125 hits per 9, 125 K per 9. Good control for a Chapman card. Never really seen a Chapman card with this much control. He's got the outlier quirk, which he normally does, but the sinker at 95 miles an hour, it separates things. His previous 99 cards have had outlier in the sinker as well, so when people are expecting the high heat fastball, they can also hit the sinker pretty easily because the sinker is about the same speed. Now, the drop in velocity really helps this card because of the movement, and people will be expecting that kind of a speed window when they're sitting on outlier. So that's huge for his card. And the first card you get in this program, which you need to parallel in order to get these other cards, is Kerry Wood. He's got a good pitch mix, fastball, slurve, curveball, changeup, cutter. So I've used him a little bit online. Some people hit him, some people don't hit him. The control is 62 walks per 9. That's not really that good. But if you can locate it all with this card and mix up your pitches decent enough, you can still use this card online. I'm going to put him on rotation for now. I think he'll be okay. I just got to see how he goes in a few other games online. So we're going to test him out. I think in the long run he could be good. So the first mode I wanted to talk about in the Extreme program was Conquest. Now, the Conquest is probably the easiest one to do, but it's also the most time consuming. So you got to do all these turn-based games, 15 stronghold games, and then about some games of stealing fans from these teams. So when you go through and do all these turn-based missions, you can knock them out, and then it's basically a regular Conquest map after that. So the key here, do your goals that have turns required, because then you can knock them out and then just play the rest of the map, and that'll be just done. Then, but make sure you don't do this before you get Kerry Wood, though. You can put Kerry Wood in your rotation and pitch him in every game. That way you can get the parallel speed up and up and up, and you have 15 plus games to do that, and you'll be most of the way there when you start this map. Now let's get into the moments part of this thing. The moments are, again, they're hard, they're annoying, but they're not impossible. All of these are doable. You just gotta figure out the best ways to do them. On these multiple game missions, like this Ken Griffey Jr. moment, make sure you're using the dashboard method. If you don't know what that is, if you are in the game and you don't have a home run yet, and you hit your last at bat of the game, if you pop it up, hit your PlayStation button here if you're on PlayStation, close the application, dashboard it, and then go back into the game. That'll save your progress from where you were before. You can play that exact same game until you hit the home run. Just keep dashboarding until you get that, because you don't want to play XX games and you don't want to restart the entire thing over again. So make sure for the multi-game missions like that one, for these ones, if you screw up, just pause it before the thing ends, go back, restart it over again, don't lose your progress. It's the best way to do it, it's the most efficient way to do it, and you don't want to lose all that stuff you just did. So make sure you're doing that, and it'll help you out in the long run. But surprisingly enough, some of these moments are really just luck-based. We're in Kerry Wood's moment right now. When you're pitching, especially on veteran against a CPU, make sure you pound fastballs up in the zone and then follow it up the off-speed stuff with 2 strikes, because these guys just can't hit it. So when you beat that one, it's just a matter of getting your swing down. And when it comes to the extreme moments, make sure you're swinging at pitches that you actually like. And when you're on a lower difficulty like All-Star or Veteran, look for the pitch high in the zone that you can just get your bat up to, and the ball can go up in the air. If you're hitting balls down in the zone, it's going to be a ground ball. Try to get the ball up in the air, a pitch that you like to see, and hit it in the gap, hit it over the wall. That's the best way to get these kind of missions done. Also, 10 total bases in one game. If you don't get the home run to start it with, just restart it, because then you'll have plenty of time to go back in and try it again. So for moments like this one, and the moments against Edwin Diaz and Garrett Cole, where you gotta hit 3 home runs in a row, make sure you're using a team of all left-handed hitters, because these swings and the power, you want to be able to get the ball out more. Sometimes it's harder to hit righty on righty, for me at least. So if I can pick all left-handed hitters that I like, I wasn't even on this pitch right here, and I still tied the game. So you can get the matches you enjoy, and then you can get it done a little bit easier, so you don't have to worry about the right-handed on right-handed matchups, the sinker coming into you, the cutter going away. It's easier with the left-handed swings, especially if the pitches are up in the zone. You can try to slap it, get it up in the air. That's probably the best way to do it. And don't forget also, these moments are on All-Star or above, so some fluky stuff can happen. Make sure you don't stop scoring. It'll make it to where they have to come back. They actually scored a couple runs on me here in the bottom of the 10th inning. So if you can score, you gotta make sure you put the game away, because they can and will find a way to come back against you. So Corey Seager hit a home run, making 11-7. That wasn't enough for me, but they did still score a run or two. They scored 1 here, had a runner on base. I struck them out to end it. But stuff can happen against the CPU on those difficulties. So here we go. Same thing with Garrett Cole. I put George Brett, my ball player, and Juan Soto on the lineup, because for this one specifically, I wanted 3 guys who are close to maxed out power versus right-handed pitching. So if I can get 115 power and above, or somewhere near that, that is probably the best way to get the ball in the air and hit home runs. Juan Soto got beaned, so I had to use David Ortiz as well. He also has 125 power versus righties. Look for those kind of like player builds when you're trying to hit home runs against Garrett Cole. So now we're back to one that's another multi-game moment, the Shohei Ohtani moment. If you don't hit the 2 home runs in the first game, just reset it. There's not really much dashboarding here because it's 2 games, hit and pitch, so you don't want to be trying to get the strikeouts and hit the home run at the same time. Make sure you get the first 2 home runs in the first game, knock that out, and then you can get those pitching ones. And the nice thing about this one is that the strikeouts are only strikeouts. There's no, don't allow this many runs and stuff like that, so just get the 13 strikeouts after you hit those 2 home runs, and it'll make it a lot easier for you. So we knocked that one out there, 13 Ks, and we go into the Chapman one. Surprisingly, this Chapman one I did first try, but a lot of people might have trouble with this one also. Focus on the sliders to lefties, the fastballs up in the zone. The CPU has trouble with that. So knock out these strikeouts, knock out the strikeouts, and then just keep the ball out of the middle of the plate as much as you can. That might be easier said than done, but perfect releases, change-ups, make them off balance, get out of the moment as fast as you can. This one shouldn't be too hard for some people though. It's just a matter of getting the outs. So now this Edwin Diaz one is the same thing as before. Put a bunch of left-handed hitters in the lineup, get the ball in the air. And for him with being a reliever and he only has 3 pitches, get the pitch count up, make his energy low, and make him throw you pitches, because he can throw some stuff outside and walk you, get some free base runners. So we walked him off there, and then we're going into the Hall of Fame one. This is one of the hardest ones for me that I've done. It was on Hall of Fame, but I still beat it in a couple of tries. But this one is on a higher difficulty, so if you struggle to hit on Hall of Fame, try to sit on the fastball and react to the off speed, because usually people struggle with how fast the pitches are compared to All-Star. So if you're sitting on something slow and it comes in fast, it's going to be hard to react to. But if you sit on the harder stuff and then see the off speed, it'll be easier to get your bat head out and maybe not like swing right through it. So that'd be my advice there. Sit on the fastball, try to react to the off speed, because the fastball will be the fastest pitch you encounter, obviously. And the final moment was Albert Pujols' moment. And believe it or not, it took me like 6-7 tries, just because the second inning of pitching, for whatever reason, he got a hit every time that first batter. But when you finally get through that pitching, it's not too bad. Just hit the home run. You get the home run derby card to use. So that'll knock that out. And we'll wrap this thing up with the Extreme Showdown. This is probably the hardest part of the entire thing. For me, if you're struggling with Showdown, take until 2 strikes, no matter the batter, no matter the pitcher, no matter what. If you are struggling, take until 2 strikes, get the pitch count up. As you see right here, Randy's at 111 pitches. I have 10 outs to go. Take until you get 2 strikes, and then maybe he'll walk you. The lower the energy goes, the lower the confidence goes, he will throw balls. So if you can make him walk you to get on base, it'll be a whole lot easier. You have the bases loaded sometimes. All you need to do is take 1 good swing, and you'll finish the whole showdown. especially if you're facing guys like Nolan Ryan. That was really hard for me. The Hall of Fame outlier, that kind of stuff. If you struggle with that kind of stuff, make them walk you, try to get on base. It might take a while, but you'll finally get there if you work hard enough and wait for your pitch, just like in real baseball. Wait for your pitch, get that done, and then you'll get Donaldson because of it. It'll be worth the grind, and you'll feel pretty accomplished once you finish out this thing. Dansby Swanson walked it off for me. I got Josh Donaldson, and we'll have to debut him sometime. So, I appreciate you watching this video. Make sure you're taking some balanced hitters and switch hitters in the draft. That'll help you out the most. Hit the subscribe button and like button if you're new for me. Hit the notification bell so you can see every time I upload. We got some cool stuff coming in the future also. I hope this video helped you. We're going to end this video on one last clip. I got the ball out of control packs from the programs, and I pulled my second Mike Trout of the season. That was phenomenal. I was over 1 million subs at one point. I bought some more things. I'm getting close to having a ton of cards for the next collection whenever that comes out. So I thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Peace out.